It's Emily. I'm a huge reader and I read all the time, so I'm just doing a few book suggestions and some books that I like to read. So if you want to, you can read them, and you can also offer suggestions in the comments below, and I will probably read them. I read books like this, which is kind of creepy. This is basically a book of ghost stories about like haunted objects. There's dolls in here that's haunted, and stuff like that. I found this book to not be very credible because of the way things are worded and how they explain things. But I mean, it's really interesting to read the stories. I suggest if you want to read paranormal books, then I would suggest this one, like something like this. This is Haunted Kansas. This one is True Ghosts, and they're both of them are just a collection, basically a collection of ghost stories. Because there's a lot of paranormal books that aren't very credible, and it's just I found like misinformation in a lot. I still have yet to read a book that has the correct description of an Ouija board, which I've had, and you don't touch them. But see, this one, there's an Ouija board right here, and I'm like, why would you do that? This one, The Host by Stephanie Meyer. It's I like this one a lot, and don't get me wrong, I love the Twilight series, but I actually like this book and the movie more than the Twilight series, just because it's not really, there's more of a story and a plot line than just a love story. I mean, it's a little bit science fiction-y, but not, and it's actually a really good book. I enjoyed the book, and I love it, and the movie's great, so if you're not a reader, I really do suggest the movie, because the movie is wonderful. This series is the House of Night series, and I have the entire series, like every single book. It's just so good, and it's about vampires, but PC and Kristen Cass, they are from Oklahoma, and so they're, the setting is in Oklahoma, places I've been. There's even like places I've driven by, like since I've read this, be like, that's from the book. But there's more basis in like ancient kind of cultures. Though, however, it does make like a lot of like famous people into vampires, but it's different than like what you would think of vampires as biting people's throats. So I really enjoy this series a lot. Like, I'm currently rereading it for like the 3rd time, and it's so wonderful. I don't even really need to explain this one, do I? Yeah, it's Harry Potter series. I love the Harry Potter series. I'm a huge Potterhead, and I mean, it's just absolutely wonderful. I mean, I don't know if I need to explain it anymore, because everybody has heard of it, even if everybody hasn't read it. So, I mean, there you go. The Hunger Games, of course. I love this book series so much. And, I mean, I love the movies too, but the books are really good. Like, I read the books, and then I've read them 6 times. And we actually I took a class in my college. Basically, it was like it was a class for a program that was just for my college, so it's really hard to explain in just a few words, but it was about, the theme of the class was utopias and dystopias, and since the Hunger Games is in a dystopian society, we read this one, and like it was my 6th time reading the book, and I told my teacher that, and then I talked so much during discussions and everything, because I know the series so much. I found this book. It's called Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver, but this one is really good, and it's basically about a girl who she's like a popular girl, and then she dies, but then she has to live her last day over and over again. So just to figure out what happened and all that. So it's such a good book, and it's so interesting. This book is called Parallel by Lauren Miller. I did not plan that, by the way. I just noticed that. Lauren. This story is a fictional story of parallel universes, and it's actually really interesting. Because it's like once this girl, she's like have her life, she's having the time of her life, she's on a movie set, and then she wakes up the next morning in a dorm room with like nobody. You know, she doesn't know how she got there, nobody knows her as anything other than what she currently is, and so she's trying to like figure out why she's there and how to get back to the movie. There's usually a point in the book where I'm just like, I can't put it down, and in this book it happened pretty early. Yeah, those are just a few suggestions. I obviously have so many more books and suggestions that I could do, but I'm not, because that would be an extremely long video. So I'm just going to leave it at that and hope you enjoy those. My social media links are down there in the description. Don't forget to give this a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you get notified when more videos are posted. Back to the noisy chair. Hey, stop falling. Like one. Oh, stop saying. How do I explain it? So closer to the camera now, it's so weird.